All right, we have a lot of information to cover, so let's just go ahead and hop right into it. So right at the beginning, we have some gifts of dragon stones for just doing the watching the stream, and then also using the social media campaign on Twitter, which, you know, it's not bad. We get to get free stones, right? And then an additional free stones for the like Broly tag as well. They're just talking about the fact that it's going to be based on the Z movies, which we already knew from the last stream. We did get the data download previously for the Paragus, but now he's officially announced inside of the game. Then we go over here. We are going to get up to 140 stones in total from doing this once a day, but it is 3 stones a day instead of the usual 10 stones a week, 10 stones a day. You know, I find it a little bit confusing because they literally change it almost every single time, every single worldwide download celebration. It's always different, but I wouldn't be surprised if this is going to be the new format of just 3 stones a day. Then we go ahead and go over here and see that they have the uncontrollable power EX skill orbs, which is really funny, but we'll talk about the why in a second. You can do that once every 7 days. It's similar to the, you know, usual just getting the skill orbs from the new story event kind of thing. Then we have the high difficulty event. They did talk about the fact that it would have like a way to be effective, I believe. Let me just put that back up.
Will be added as the campaign progresses, and you can engage in fierce battles with different forms of Broly from the movie trilogy. A support memory can be obtained by clearing all the stages.
Support memory
Plus,
can be attained.
You can get a unique title if you clear certain
unique title if you complete missions.
This event includes high difficulty missions,
and then you also have to go through
to win
the different forms of Broly.
Moreover,
and also his different
Broly
appearances.
Featured in this event is super powerful. You can gain an advantage.
You can gain an advantage by reaching certain
Komatsu,
conditions.
Could you share some hint about the condition of?
They're just giving hints, so I'm not gonna go over that. Then we have some more Supreme Magnificent Battle Movie Edition kind of stages. We could see here it's the Int SSJ trio, which is nice. Then we get to actually see the card arts of the character, which is nice. It's the SSR, TUR, and then LR. So it's funny that there was so many SSR images going out the other day, and I remember even Apple was talking about that, but obviously it was a lie. Then we have the Broly LR here, which is really nice. I like the TUR a whole bunch, but then we have the LR and then the LR transformed. If we go ahead and go over here, we can watch the animations for a second, and then I'll even have it where we can play the sound too, so that way I'll just turn off the music.
Down for the count! Right now! Kick me! Or defeat this guy! Fine, just take it! But finish that guy now!
Oh, goofy. The LR is so goofy. I love it so much. The fact that he punches straight into the gut and then has it where he's flying back just like that. Oh my god. It's so goofy. I love it so much, dude. And go ahead and see the leader skill of this unit. All right, let's talk about the categories, I guess, because it's a little bit difficult to remember. And it's so funny because I talked about how they probably wouldn't have had power wishes, only because most of the time it's specifically for like spirit bomb type characters, I would say. But they did thankfully get the power of wishes, which is really nice. Got Connected Hope, Super Saiyans, Movie Heroes, All Out Struggle, and Trusted Will Kamehameha, which is another category that I was talking about that they definitely could have. And then Earthbred Fighters, which I didn't even think about. And then we have the Leader Seal, All Out Struggle, Super Saiyan, Power of Wishes, and then an additional 30% to Movie Heroes and Connected Hope. Honestly, I would have probably wished that we just got another Movie Heroes leader, but we have physical Gogeta, so I can't like complain too much. I'm fine with it just being at 30%. I feel like it's more just a personal preference for me. But we also have it where he is raising attack for 30% on his 12 key, and then lowering attack and defense as well of the enemy. On his 18 key, they are greatly raising their attack and defense by 50% for 3 turns, while also raising allies' attack and defense by 30% for 1 turn. Now, this is insane. You want to know the reason why? If we go ahead and go into the portion of his passive, it is actually just a lot. So, the main portions that we have to keep in mind is the fact that they randomly change key spheres of a certain type to physical. They get more key on when they get physical key spheres. They give all allies 3 key and 50% attack or 50% attack. They get damage reduction by 30% when they receive a super attack. They get additional 30% defense for every 3 key that they get, meaning that you can get up to 24 key and then get all of that defense. You get an additional attack with each of which have a high chance to become a super attack when it's 18 key or more. You get type effectiveness when it's 24 key. And then the biggest portion of the passive is that if there is another Movie Heroes or All Out Struggle category, it's ally attacking in the turn. Not only do you get 15% damage reduction, but no key condition, no nothing, just straight up 77% defense for 2 turns. I talked about it in the video as well. If you have it where you're running this character and you get the 18 key on this unit and then you're running a friend leader, you could basically get up to 200% defense support, which is insane. It's insane. 200% defense support. Then, as you guys saw, we do know that the solo Goku is not a character who's going to be attacking. He is just a character who is going to be doing a finish skill. The way that he activates his finish skill is by getting super attacked, by the way. But his standby skill is activated for 3 turns, each of which anytime that he gets hit with an attack, it increases his standby charge meter by 3. If he gets physical key spheres by allies, you also get an additional 2 of the standby charge, and then 1 if it's just any, key sphere that's not physical. The standby condition is not that bad, by the way. It's just anytime you're below 77% HP or less, or just starting from the 5th turn of battle. So it could help you from those strong stages at the beginning or strong stages at the end. I feel like he's very versatile in that way. If we go ahead and see, this is probably one of the best units in the game, by the way. So he has 3 key, 259% attack and defense, and he guards against all attacks. I almost said finish, but he changes int key spheres, so instead of random, it's just a type that he chooses, which is int, to physical key spheres, 2 key sphere per physical key sphere obtained, 1 key sphere for every non-physical key sphere obtained. You also get an additional 30% defense when receiving an attack for every 3 key, and if your key is 24 when receiving an attack, you also get an additional 59% damage reduction, meaning you always want to aim for the 24 key for this character. But to be fair, not only do they have the 3 key, not only do they have the Super Saiyan links that help out, not only do they have the 2 key as well for getting every key sphere obtained, so you'll have all that combined and hopefully be able to do that, right? You also get an additional 20% defense per key sphere obtained, and all allies get 7% defense for 2 turns per physical key sphere obtained. And lastly, you get 100% attack when the finish skill is activated. And I already spoiled it, but you get the 15% attack when you get any charge count below 40, and when you get the 41 or more, you do the you go basically do the punch of bonds when you do the I guess uncharged attack, and then when you do have it fully charged, you get the miraculous punch like how we saw, which is 21% or more. You'll also have it where you get the 20% attack. Now I already talked about it, but the finish skill is what I think that wasn't it a counter. Maybe it's not. Maybe it is a one that you just use, and I mistook it. I might have just mistook it by that. So here's Broly's animations. Let me go ahead and unmute real quick.
Please take a look.
Stop that, Broly! No!
All right, so you know all your tier lists, you know all the videos that you're gonna make, and Twitter posts, you know, baiting. Broly is one, by the way. Movie bosses: Pure Saiyan's full power, target Goku, exploding rage, inhuman deeds, planetary destruction, legendary power, transformation boost, uncontrollable rage, and power beyond Super Saiyan. He also, yes, leads movie bosses by 200%. I called it. I begged on Twitter. I was like, please make Broly a movie bosses leader. Don't make him any stupid leader. Just make him movie bosses. I beg. I don't care if Hirudegarn is a leader. Make Broly a 200% because movie heroes has a 200%. Just make movie bosses a 200%, and they gave him the 200%. I'm so happy. I'm so happy for my baby boy. He also has it where he is unable to attack at all in base form. So he activates the entrance animation like we saw. He reduces the damage received by 90% as the first attacker in the turn, or he reduces damage received by 70%, and then also gives allies a crit chance by 50% as a second or third attacker in the turn. And then they also get 2 ki and 60% attack and defense. He also has a base of 200% defense, and then he guards all attacks. Now, remember how I said that he might be the best suitor in the game? He guards all attacks and has 70 or 90% damage reduction, like how we were just talking about. And then he doesn't attack. So he's unaging. So yeah, all of that combined really does make it where he's just the best. He's very similar to AGL Jiren, where he'll give support in slot 2 or 3, or if you put him in slot 1, he will just be like a defensive juggernaut, of course. So pretty nice. Keep going ahead. He transforms with an active skill, and it can be activated just on his next attacking turn. So you'll always have the base form for the one turn. You could get the support, and then the next time that you see him, you could either don't transform, because there's nothing in here that says, hey, you have to transform. It doesn't matter. It just says that, well, actually no, I should take that back. You do lose the damage reduction, but you do still have the guards. So if you, I guess, want to keep it, but you 100% should just transform immediately, because you'll lose the damage reduction, and I think the crit chance too. I'm pretty sure all of this portion of the passive from this point on is all part of his entrance animation. But like I said, you don't technically have to transform, but you definitely should. Oh yeah, and then since he just transforms early, let's just go ahead and watch the animations as well.
To super attack.
Where do you think you're going? I'm preparing the rocket so he can escape the explosion! in a rocket built for one person.
Be focused.
Anyways, so let's go ahead and talk about his super attack effects. 30% attack and defense for 1 turn on his 12 key, and then he greatly raises his attack infinitely on his 18 key while also doing mega colossal damage to all enemies. Pretty good. He has 260% attack and defense 3 key. He reduces damage received by 50% for 3 turns from his character's entry turn, and then he also gets an additional 26% damage reduction just permanently. So he gets 76% damage reduction turn 1, and I think he has guard. Yeah, he has guard right here on the first turn as the first attacker. But so he also gets an additional 150% attack and defense when performing a super attack. He gets 1 key up to 5 and crit chance 10% up to 50% with each attack performed, but it doesn't reset, obviously. So you can get up to 50% crit and 1 key up to 5, which is really nice. He launches an additional attack that has a high chance to become a super attack within the same turn after receiving an attack. He also gets an additional 200%. I should just say, this is basically just AGL Super Saiyan 3 Goku. He gets more defense and guard as the first attacker. He gets more, or he gets the additional super attack as the second or third attacker. So it's kind of like defensive in slot 1, offensive in slot 2 and 3. Plus an additional 3 key and chance of performing a critical hit if there is an Pure Sands or Earthbred category enemy, which is nice. And then he also disables the enemy's action once within the turn when his key is 24. They did talk about it. I don't think it really matters too much because we haven't seen it yet so far, but this also works against multiple enemies. So if you get a 24 key, you can break every single character's action for 1 attack for the turn, which is nice. But again, we'll have to see if we can even see that mechanic, right? Because we usually don't get multiple enemies. But yeah, he does all this and then gets literally a 4th times better starting from his next attacking turn, by the way, because his active skill raises his attack defense by 26%, gives him 3 key, and then it can be activated on his next attacking turn. He is insane. That's not even the last bit, by the way. There's some extra little juice right here for the celebration. So 1, the number of exchanges you make during the event is not limited, and then 2, Dokkan Fest coins can be traded for Carnival coins. Carnival coins can be traded for Dokkan Fest coins that are for the worldwide celebration. They also talk about that the summons used in part 1 will give you the same coins in part 2. And these coins can be used to change, to pity one of the characters, whether it's in part 1 or part 2. So if you summon 2,500 stones total, no matter what, you are getting 1 new character this celebration, and whatever character you would have gotten by doing those 2,500 stones. Now, I know that is a lot, and I can't deny that it is a lot. I want to say you only get like 1,000 stones free to play. Like, heck, man, I got 600 stones free to play, and I have to somehow get to 2,500, right? But they also talk about if, for whatever reason, you do want to just have the coins at the end, they also just change into Dokkan Fest or Carnival coins, so you can keep those instead if so desired. And I think that's it. Oh yeah, Int Broly is easying. I don't think they talked about it. I could pause real quick to make sure that they didn't say it in the on Twitter, because I don't know if they did that. They also said that as an advertisement, they're going to have it where you can try to defeat Broly in 10 seconds. It's going to be like an ad that you can see pop up. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. Oh yeah, the Summon Festival will happen today. It's really weird though, because it says that also Int Boo, we got STR Piccolo, we have quite possibly one of the best banners of all time. So we have, like I said, Int Boo is going to be here, which honestly I would have preferred AGL Super Saiyan 3 Goku, but S Tier Super Saiyan 3 Goku is here, so I feel like they probably wanted to make it where both Super Saiyan 3 Gokus weren't on the same banner, which is fine. S Tier Piccolo, who's going to be with with Vegeta, by the way, because we already saw that the I think we saw animations or something from that character. Then we have Broly's banner, who has Kaiku, this SHA trio, STR Future Gohan, and then Turles. It makes sense because he literally just easy A'd. Guess what? Movie Bosses is gonna have Turles on the team. Yay! Now we don't have any more complaining on Twitter. But yeah, the summons held today. Let me go just double check really quickly that Int Broly's details weren't revealed on Twitter, because I think I heard somewhere up that it was, but let me just double check. Nah, I did double check. I didn't see it, but they did say that the 50 stones would be given here. But yeah, I don't see anything that shows the Int Broly information. Oh well. If it is updated and before this video comes out, I'll be sure to update it in the comments, most likely, and then just be like, hey, this is what Broly's passive is. But other than that, thank you all for watching. Hopefully you guys are as hype as I am, because man, that I am insanely hyped for Broly. He is amazing, obviously. But let me know what you guys think. Hope you all have a great week. Hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace.